welcome to day 17 of Vlogmas. Well, this is going to be days 15, 16 and 17 because I've not been able to record anything and bring you any vlogs for the last couple of days. We went for our Christmas do on Friday night and I'll pop in a little photo of what I was wearing. Decided to wear my Davenport dress. I feel like it's got a little bit of a 70s vibe, and I wore my faux fur gilet with it that I got for the dressmaker's ball, and some boots that Ben bought me for my birthday a couple of years ago, and that was my outfit for Friday night. We were supposed to be having some food, but there was no food when we got there, so Ben and I stopped for a kebab on the way home, and we got home, it must have been about 11:30. We drove over to Leeds on Saturday morning, and it's about an hour's drive, but we drove over to go and meet Nicola. I knew she was going to be doing the park run there, which is Woodhouse Moor Park Run. That's her local, and it was her 650th run, so congratulations to Nicola for that. She does a YouTube vlog called Nicola Runs, and she's also with the same name on Instagram, and if you're into running and park run, I would suggest following her. She's an absolutely lovely person and she's got so much positivity for running, park run and the running community. So it was lovely to go meet her. We had a coffee afterwards and drove back, then we went shopping, I did some housework, and then our friend nipped around. Ben wasn't in at that point, but I spoke to him. Then I finished my top and then I watched Strictly, and it was a brilliant final, really enjoyed it. And while I was watching Strictly, I finished the back on my knitting, so I'll show you my two finished things now. So the first is this regalia blouse which I've made, and it's the shorter version. You can make a longer version with a waist tie, but I've gone for the shorter version. And oh, this is the back, so you've got a V at the back and some ties and just a little stand-up collar at the front, and then it's fully burritoed at the front and the back yoke, and I've put the sleeves in. They're just kind of puffy at the sleeve head, but then they are quite fitted actually towards the bottom. I don't know whether actually they were a little bit too fitted for me at the bottom, but I'm going to wear this and then decide what I think about the sleeves. It's quite a long size, so it's quite generous in the length of the top. If you were very eagle-eyed, you will notice that I've not actually unpicked my gathering stitches on the sleeve head, so I've got to do that yet. But otherwise it's all finished, and I finished it inside with French seams, so I'll show you the inside because it's as beautiful as the outside. So here's the inside, and they're finished with French seams on the armhole and on the side seam, so I'll just get the side seam for you to see. So here's the side seam, you can barely see it, hopefully. So yeah, it's all nice and neatly finished inside. I'm very happy with how the blouse is looking. I don't know whether perhaps it needs another press, but the collar doesn't always like stand up in the neatest way, and the front yoke doesn't sit 100% flat. This fabric was actually quite tricky to work with this blouse, and I think I would next time do it in a cotton lawn. I think it might be just a little bit easier to work with, but very happy with this. Hopefully I'll get some pictures of it in the next couple of days and I'll get to wear it, so I'll show you a little bit more then. While I was watching Strictly, I finished the back of my cardigan, so here it is. You might notice that I've got some extra tails here, and that's because, and I was a little bit annoyed about this, but I was getting towards the end of the row and I noticed in the wool there was a join, so obviously at some point it had snapped and they joined it together and it was in the middle of a ball. Now I don't know, you can tell me because I know a lot of you knit as well, and I'm just completely new to this, whether that is acceptable or not. So that's the join that it had in it, and I think it feels really, really firm and tough, and I really feel like you'd definitely be able to notice that in the knitting. Maybe they're just trying to pass these things off because only a beginner would ever use it, and maybe a beginner wouldn't know that that's not acceptable. I don't know. So I'd appreciate your thoughts about that. So I opened what's in my advent calendar earlier, and I'll insert that now. The first one, I think this is a little pair of snips. Yes, so we've got some embroidery scissors, and they'll come in useful when I'm doing my cross stitch. If I ever start it, I'm going to start it. And I think day 16 I've got here is buttons. They're quite cute. They're like the sister to the one that I got earlier in the month, and I bet they would look quite cute together. And here's day 17. Interesting. I can't work out what this is. It feels actually quite funny. Let's have a look. Some shearing elastic. Oh, and I've made the Tilly in the Buttons dress. I forget the name of it. What's the name? I made the, oh no, I didn't make the dress, I made the top. And I tried that on not so long ago after I'd made it. I thought, well, what did I think was wrong with this actually? It's the Mabel top. I thought, what did I think was wrong with this? And yeah, it was just the fact that the shearing around the waist sat above my natural waist. And yeah, I didn't like how that was on the top, but I think if I did the dress, I don't think I'd mind as much, and I can always move it down. So then what have I been up to today? Well, we got up early, and yeah, I was hearing the alarm going off this morning, and I was thinking, oh, what day is it? I was thinking, oh, it must be Monday because the alarm's going off. Anyway, Ben had set his alarm because he wanted to get up to go and do a run in one of the local parks. It's a social type run, similar to park run. So he wanted to get up and do that. And I was like, oh no, I'm just too tired. But I went and did the 5k with him, and then I came home. I really should have been doing a longer run. But today I am so tired. I'm just going to be resting this afternoon and hopefully just recharging my batteries a little bit before next week, which is, I think it's going to be a busy week next week. But very excitingly, I arrived home on Friday to another package, and I think this is another birthday present that I received, and I know who it's from. It's from the lovely Sally, who is the Staffordshire sewist over on Instagram and YouTube, and she runs the Staffordshire Social, and she is such a lovely person. And yeah, she messaged me to say I expect a parcel, so yeah, I'm going to open the parcel now to see what lovely things are in it. I think it's going to be sewing related, that's why I'm going to open it on camera. Sally's done a very good job of wrapping this up. Aww. She sent me a cracker. How cool is that? I'll pull a cracker later with Ben, and hopefully I will win what's in the cracker. I'm sure he will let me win it anyway. Oh my word, there's so many little presents in here. Oh, so this is from Sarah. Thank you, Sarah, that's so kind. I didn't expect this at all. It's little pieces of wood, and then there's dark, there's like medium, and then there's the white ones. I have my cup of coffee here, so I'm just going to try one now. It's got nuts in. Lovely. It says handmade with love. That's absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Sarah. Oh wow, I'm totally blown away by this. I've got all these little presents. Oh, and this is from Annette. That's, how sweet is that? Thank you, Annette. And Annette's got her own YouTube channel as well, so go and check out her channel. Oh, so sweet. So I've got a little bear and a coffee. And if anyone knows me, they'd know that I love my coffee. Oh, and a little like candle wax melt. Oh, and it's Yankee as well. And it smells very nice. Thank you, Net. I've got so much to open. So I've got a card addressed to both me and Ben. And this is from the other Sally. So I've got a Christmas card from her. Thank you, Sally. Wow, that's brilliant. So she sent me some labels. The Staffordshire Socialite. And look at this. How useful is that going to be? So it's one of those pin cushions where you can put in the different needles and you can tell what kind of needles they are. And sometimes I use the ones that don't actually have like a colour or anything on it. They have it printed on, but it's so small you can never see it. So that's going to be so useful. Thank you so much, Sally. I'm really happy with this useful little present. And I've also got a birthday card from Sally. So she sent me some needles, which is always really handy to have. Obviously to go with my noodle pin cushion, and a lovely little brooch, which is a sewing machine. Oh, let me see if it'll focus. There you go. That's amazing. Thank you, Sally. I've got another card to open. I've got so many cards. So this is a Christmas card from Sally. She sent me a gift. And this gift, I think it's looking like fabric. Wow. Oh, that's lovely, Sally. Oh, it's not fabric. It's a snood. Amazing. Oh, it feels absolutely lovely. It feels like so silky and not itchy at all. In fact, the only other scarf that I've got is a scarf that I knitted myself last year, and actually I find it quite itchy. So this is so nice, and do you not think it goes nice with my colouring, this colour? It's so nice to receive such a lovely handmade gift. So thoughtful. Thank you, Sally. Oh, and a little card from Ruth. Thanks, Ruth. And some more chocolate. So thank you everyone who sent me a card or a gift in that lovely little box of treats that was so nice to receive. Before I go, I just wanted to show you one last thing, and that's this top that I told you was a little bit short when I made it, and somebody suggested putting bias binding around the bottom of it, and so that's what I decided to do with the bias binding that I got in my advent calendar from the lovely Jess. So I took down the hem, I unpicked the hem, and put bias binding on the bottom. It's probably added about 1.5 centimetres to the length of the top, and I think this is going to be more comfortable. In fact, when I wore it to the party, the Christmas party that I went to at work, it was really irritating me. It kept untucking itself from my jeans. So I'm really happy to make use of the gift that I got in the advent calendar and to fix something that had been a little bit irritating. So pleased I got that done. So I got that done yesterday as well. So that's everything that I had to share with you, and I'm not making any promises about when I'm going to be posting next. You'll just have to keep an eye out on my channel because I don't feel like I'm going to be posting every single day. I might not always have something to share with you, so I'll wait and save it up until the next time I have something to share. So I'll see you soon. Bye.